everyone, welcome. My name is Amy. Over here next to me I've got Caleb. He is going to be modifying some of the moves during this flow today. This is yoga for strength and balance. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start at the top of your mat in a standing position. So go ahead and find your way to the top of your mat. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Root the heels and toes down into the earth. Lengthen the spine, shoot out through the crown of the head. Find your mountain pose. Take a big deep breath. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, fold forward down over your legs. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins, lengthen out. And as you exhale, bring your palms to the ground, step back into plank pose. As you inhale, move your heart forward, and as you exhale, lower either halfway or all the way down to your mat. Inhale, lift the heart for cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So starting this practice with a sun salutation A, just to kind of get the body ready for some movement and some strength. Good. Walk the feet up to meet the hands at the top of your mat. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, bring the hands to your shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press down through the feet, reach the fingertips all the way up overhead. And exhale, fold forward over the legs. One more time, sun salutation A. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, palms down, step or jump back into plank. And lower down. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Good. Walk, step, or jump those feet up to the hands. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen out your spine. As you exhale, bring the palms down to the mat and step your left foot back behind you. Immediately drop that back knee, setting up for a low lunge here. So build your base first. And once you have a strong, steady base, reach the hands all the way up overhead. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Beautiful. Dropping the shoulders down the back, lifting the heart up. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, send the hips back and straighten that front leg for half split. Good. So in this half split, you want to create the action as if you were trying to pull that front heel back towards your glute. So you'll realize once you start to create that action, not actually do it, you feel the sensation in the opening in that right hamstring. Good. One more breath here. And as you exhale, bend back into that front knee. We're going to come into Skandasana here, so turning your toes to face the long edge of your mat, keeping the bend in that right knee, and straightening out the left leg. Now, if you're modifying with Caleb, you can might be up a little bit higher. And if it feels good and you have the ankle mobility, you can come a little bit lower down to the earth. One breath here. Good. And as you exhale, start to straighten those legs. Just find a wide-legged forward fold. Really let the head and the neck go. And start to walk the fingertips back behind you, so underneath your legs towards the opposite long edge of your mat. And just feel the space that creates in the upper back and allow the heart to just melt through your shoulder blades. Good. Take one more deep breath here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. Start to bend into that right knee again and turn towards the front of your mat. Bending into that right knee, keeping the back knee up off the mat this time. Reach the fingertips all the way up high, crescent lunge. And as you inhale, really reach up through those fingertips. And as you exhale, cactus your arms out towards the side, lifting the heart up. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms stretch. Exhale, cactus the arms. Bring them down to frame that front foot. Step it back to plank. and move yourself through a vinyasa, and we will meet in up and downward facing dog. Beautiful. Slowly walk, step, or jump the feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands to shins. Exhale, palms down to the earth. This time you're going to step the right foot back behind you and drop the back knee. So just like we did on the other side, really build your strong foundation here first before taking your big inhale and reaching your arms up towards the sky. Anjaneyasana, low lunge on the other side. Good. Dropping those hips down towards the earth, keeping that knee over the ankle. Big inhale here. As you exhale, send the hips back and straighten that front leg to find half split with the left leg. And you can let the hands fall wherever they naturally land here. Mine just land to frame my front foot on either side of my calf. Keeping a long spine in this shape, so avoid rounding and crouching over. One more breath here. Good. Start to bend back into that front knee. And we're going to come into Skandasana on this side. So you're going to turn to face the long edge of your mat on the back side. Keep the bend in that left knee as you open up through the right inner hip. Once again, if you're following along with Caleb, you might have the hands and fingertips on the ground, or you might be all the way down. One more breath here. And as you exhale, come back up into that wide-legged forward fold, straightening both legs. And this time, let's bring the hands to interlace at the low back and straighten out the arms, reaching the knuckles up towards the sky above you. Maybe it feels good here to gently shake the head yes, shake the head no. Make some gentle circles. Good. Gently and slowly release the hands. Bring them back down to the mat. Turn back to face the front of your mat, bending into that left knee and finding high crescent lunge on this side. Once you get your foundation, take a big inhale and reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Beautiful. And as we are among these cacti, we're going to take that cactus flow with our arms once again. So inhale, reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, cactus the arms out to the side. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale and exhale. This time, bring the hands all the way down to frame that front foot. Step it back to plank pose and move through your vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's take a big deep breath together in downward facing dog, opening our mouth as we exhale. So big deep inhale in through the nose. And open your mouth, exhale, let it out. Perfect. Start to walk the hands back towards the feet. We're going to come into Malasana here at the back of our mat. So dropping the hips down towards the earth. Walking the hands all the way back to the feet. You can let the hands rest wherever feels good. Maybe if that's just on your knees or bringing the palms together to touch. Just take a couple breaths in this Malasana, this yogi squat, as we really lengthen through the spine and create space in the low back. Allow this to be a reset before we move into our next flow to cultivate strength and balance. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's walk the hands back out into plank pose. And once you're in plank pose, we're going to come into side plank on the right side. So turning to face the long edge of your mat, stacking your feet, and lifting that left arm up towards the sky. And if you're modifying with Caleb, you're going to keep that bottom knee down in this side plank. So this is our balance and our strength coming into play all at once. Maybe if you want, you start to lift that top leg, creating a little more strength and balance. One breath here. And now let's swing that leg up to the front. Coming to face the front edge of your mat, keeping that back knee up off the ground, rise into a high crescent lunge. Beautiful. Bring the hands down to your heart center. Start to lean forward and start to twist in this high crescent lunge. So bringing that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. If you're modifying, you can drop the back knee here just to give you a little more stability in this crescent lunge twist. Good. Staying in this twist, release the hands and just drop the right hand on the inside of that front foot as the left arm reaches up. Perfect. Bring both hands down to frame the front foot, step it back to plank pose. Choose your path to downward facing dog, whether that's moving through a vinyasa or just going ahead and sending the hips up and back. Perfect. Inhale back out into your plank pose. Let's take this over to the other side. So keeping that left hand grounded, stacking the feet, facing the back edge, the long edge of the back side of your mat, and reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Once again, if you're modifying with Caleb, you do have the option to keep that bottom knee down. You will still cultivate strength and balance in that position as well. And just like we did on the other side, if it feels good, you can start to lift that top leg up. Good. And let's swing that top leg up to the front of the mat. Toes facing the front edge of your mat. And as you inhale, find your high crescent lunge. Reach the arms all the way up overhead. Bring those hands, palms together at heart center, and find your twist. Bringing that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. You have the option to keep the knee down here or raise it. Good. Drop that left hand down to the earth. Reach the right hand up towards the sky, holding this twist for just one more breath. Good. As you exhale, bring that hand down to frame the front foot. Step it back, and let's come into a child's pose here. So bring the big toes to touch, knees about the width of your mat. Let your head and your heart just sink down to the ground. And allow yourself to rest. To rest in this nurturing shape. Let the earth or the ground beneath you hold you here. Good. We're going to find a thread the needle in this child's pose. So take that right arm and slide it underneath your left. Bringing the right ear and right cheek to rest on the mat. As you feel an opening in your right shoulder and your upper back. And just surrender. Good. Let's release it and take it to the other side. So sliding the left arm under the right, left ear and left cheek come down to the mat. And see if you can just allow yourself to release and let go. Good. And bring that hand back to center and walk the hands back towards the knees. You're going to find your way onto your back. So once you find your way onto your back, keep the knees bent, feet on the ground. We're going to take the right ankle, cross it over the left quad for reclined figure 4. So you can just stay here with the ankle crossed over the quad if you need, or you can thread the needle and reach through that hole and interlace the fingers below your knee or behind your hamstring. Feeling an opening in the outer right hip. And I like to gently just sway and rock back and forth in this shape. Continuing to stay with your breath and allow it to get deeper and deeper. Good. Drop that left foot back down to the ground. Cross the right knee over the left like you would if you were sitting in a chair. Move your hips a little over to the right as you drop your knees to the left for a reclined spinal twist. Reaching the right arm out towards the side. Good. Bring everything back to center. Untangle the legs. Let's take that on the other side. So crossing the left ankle over the right quad. Either just pressing that leg out or interlacing the hands on the shin or hamstring of the right leg. Good. Let's cross that left knee over the right knee this time. Move the hips over to the left just a little bit so that the legs, the knees have some room to drop to the right side. Reaching that left arm out. Good. Come back to center. Untangle the legs. Allow yourself to roll over onto your right side. Gently press yourself up, coming back to a comfortable seated position. And keep the eyes closed here or just a soft gaze to keep the focus inward. You can rest your palms on your knees. Root down through the sit bones and just feel the length of your spine. Feel both the strength and the balance that you've cultivated within your body in these last 15 minutes. Feel the relaxation and the surrender that we just experienced as we allowed ourselves to wind down. Feel the harmony and feel the balance of it all. Take a big inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky, bring the palms to touch. As you exhale, bring the palms down to your heart center. Thank yourself for taking the time to do this practice. I thank you for joining us out here in the desert. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will see you next time. Goodbye.